Hi there, welcome back. Dell XPS 2025 desktop, or EBT2250 as Dell would call it. In this particular video, we're going to dive into graphics card options. We're going to compare the integrated graphics chip against a 3050 OC, against a 4060 Ti and a 5070 OC third-party card. This is not a Dell card, but this 4060 Ti came with a PC. So we're going to be able to look at power consumption, we're going to be able to look at heat, and we're going to be able to look at space, how much space and what kind of power supply do we need to run these cards. So first of all, this PC has a K CPU, not because I'm going to do anything with overclocking, but if you have a non-K CPU, this is going to be your default CPU cooler. If you have a K CPU, two things will happen. One of them, this standard air cooler will become this Dell tower cooler. Not only that, but your basic 460 watt power supply will be bumped up to 750. Yes, there is a 1000 watt option as well. But let's talk about power consumption really quickly. So first of all, when this PC is idling with the integrated graphics card, I can see somewhere between 10-11 watt of power consumption, which is super frugal. So if you're thinking about, okay, I have a 460 watt power supply and I'm gonna get a 4060 Ti, this 4060 Ti will draw about 150 watt when we're pushing this card. When we're pushing this 5070, this will draw 250 watt almost on a dot. When we're pushing this 350 OC, this will only draw about 65-70 watt just from the slot straight. There's no connectors needs to be plugged in because there's nothing on this card. This card can get pretty hot, but we have a generous big size case. We have a lot of air moving. We have a front fan, we have a real fan cooling. The cold air comes in through the front bezel and flows through the case, cooling our graphics card down, and also there is a rear fan pulling the warm air out of the case. The thermals are actually pretty good. So this is a very affordable option, and it might be enough what you're doing. But to be fair, I'm going to show you benchmarks when I'm going to run the same free benchmarks and softwares over and over, so you can do the same thing. If you're thinking about, oh, is it time to change my graphics card, is it time to upgrade my PC, you're going to be able to get the same thing. 3D Mark, PC Mark, Heaven benchmark, the Wukong, not the whole game, bench test version that's cost free. And also I think the last thing what we're gonna do is Furmark. Furmark is brutal. That thing literally just maxes out your graphics card utilization like right off the bat, and then you're gonna be able to see thermals and you're gonna be able to see scores. It is really consistent with the numbers. It's very easy to compare systems even if they are very different. Take a look at first the integrated graphics cards. We're gonna compare it to the 3050 OC, 4060 Ti, and then to the 5070. Have I had any problem to install this 5070? No, I did not. This came with its own little connector with a little splitter. So let me put these away real quick and open a case and see what we have here space wise. So pulling the side cover off, super easy. There is a screw you have to loose, push this, and then you lift this away, and then you're gonna see how much space we have. We have a Gen5 16 lane slot right here, so we have no problem to install a dual slotted video card. We also have this graphics card, a little holder in here or stand, and this is super important. If you're putting a big bulky card in, you have to have some kind of support. So this would hold up your card. As you can see, we have 3 technically empty slots in here. If you are using a 3050 OC, and I'm just gonna install this really quick. Actually, I'm gonna lay the case down so make sure nothing goes wrong with this. Where it's supposed to be. So this requires no power supply. This card is installed, and you can see that with this 3050 super small card, we only have space to put something else in here. Okay, so I'm just using this old Wi-Fi card as a demonstration so you can see that it's installed correctly and in its place. And let me put this 3050 OC side by side, so we're gonna see how much space do we have, or actually how much space we really don't have. So I'm gonna lock it down, and now you can see how close this card is to our RTX, and the fans are, whatever the first section is already covered by this small card. I have a sound card which is usually comes out this long, that is even covering more from the fan. It is not really suitable. This PC should be a little higher, then we would have more ports to be able to use, because it's, to be honest, it's not really suitable. So let's put the 4060 Ti in it and see what happens after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the 3050 and put the 4060 Ti. This bracket comes with this PC, and there is a slotted spacer in here when this thing can sit and hold the card. So let me install this and see how much space we have after that. So first I'm going to remove this little spacer or holder. Make sure it's been locked down. I'm going to lock it down. Now I'm going to use this little support. It's going to go to 2. There are 3 slots in here, and they marked 1, 2, 3. This also marked as 2, so 2 goes to 2. And I don't know if you can order something else, but this is what we have here now. And I'm gonna push it all the way down. The first time it might not gonna go all the way down, but now it's hitting the card and it's holding the card very firmly. And after that, you see this blade or this support. I'm gonna slide this down to a fan. Make sure you can see that. And this will catch one of these openings and just lock the card down, and this thing is super solid. Now the power supply, the 750 watt power supply, has 2 8-pin connectors, which also has 2 6-pin connectors. So I'm just gonna go ahead and connect one of the 8-pin, and then we are ready to go. So what happens if I try to put a third-party card in it? So let's go ahead and do that. So also take a look at how much space and how much are we covering from this first fan. So these Dell cards are custom. I don't know who makes them, PNY maybe, but they are shorter and chubbier than the normal third-party would. So I'm gonna go ahead and release. I'm gonna lay this down. I'm gonna be very careful how much space we are putting on this 5 gen slot by moving these in and out. I'm gonna make sure to unlock this. So go ahead and unlock it. Take the card out. With the 5070 OC, I can no longer put anything in this slot. This technically covers all 3 slots now. I'm gonna remove this little shield, and then very carefully I'm gonna line everything up. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my support and lock the card down again. This holds the card firmly in place, and then all I have to do is lock it down and show you that this card is installed, and I have absolutely no more slot to put anything in here. This card, the 5000 series, the 5070, is already blocking everything to be able to go in, so that's not happening. Also, I can put this still back in here, but I don't have any kind of support bracket to lock the card down. I don't know if there's a third-party option. This doesn't have anything on a frame where I could thread these in, so that's not an option. Let me take some measurements and show you what would be the absolute longest card you can put in. So you have this fan, and you need to have this fan in here because it helps tremendously to push cold air onto this card, and this fan technically sucks everything out of around this area, so it's super helpful. So let's get some measurements and let's see what we have here. So I'm gonna lay this case down again, and I'm gonna remove this support just for now. Let me get a ruler and tell you what space we actually have as a maximum length. There's probably a better option to do this, but this thing worked just fine. So I'm gonna set this up in here, and I can tell you that the maximum length of a video card, whatever would go in physically, is somewhere between 13 1/4 or 13.5 inch, and that's it. And how wide the card can be, it can be as wide as this support, or you have to figure something else out. So how wide is this support is? This support is about 2.5 inches. So the card, if using this support, can be 2.5 inches wide, and the card can be as long as 13.25 or 13.5 inches maximum, but in that case you're not going to be able to use it. So third-party cards, Scott, you said this thing is 250 watt when we are using the card constantly. What about the CPU? How much is the CPU is taking? The CPU usually don't take more than 100 watt, but when we maxing this Ultra 7 out, Intel says it's 125 watt CPU, but with the turbo we can draw 250 watt, and I can confirm that this CPU, if I really pushing all the cores, it is taking 240, 250, 230 watt. If I'm just gaming with this 5070 OC and with this Ultra 7, obviously the games are usually not maxing out both of them in the same time, so I see about 330, 350 watt when I have this 57 OC and the Ultra 7. Pretty much any game I ran, the numbers are always the same, 330, 350 watt. But there are some games, I think it's a bug when the game is loading for some reason, like for example this Unite. When the game is loading, it's pushing the CPU and the GPU to its absolute max for no reason I can pinpoint, and I'm seeing that the power supply is pulling 500 or 510 or 520 watt, and this could be a half a minute long. So if you have a 460 watt power supply, that's going to be a problem. I don't know how well the power supply will take that kind of abuse. Somebody from another video also commented there was another game, I can't recall the name, that it's also maxing out the CPU while the game is loading and heating everything up in a small case. So this is not a single issue that just one game would do that. I don't know if it's a Windows issue, I don't know if it's a game optimizing issue, but I have to tell you that if you have a chance, and when you buy this, you should get a 750 power supply by default, because that CPU, because that will give you a better tower cooler. Not only that, but when you have the standard air cooler, when you are pushing this to its absolute max and you're actually doing, this will warm up to 97 Celsius, while this one is only going to be 80. Now if you really want to venture, watch my previous video when I install this 240mm Corsair system, which is absolutely not supported by Dell. Not even that, but they went ahead and cut the pump connector off. What we have in 2024, we no longer have that. So still installable. Watch that video if you want to. That will bring your video card temperature down from, I don't know, 64 Celsius to about 38. Not only that, but if you don't want to do any of that stuff but still want to have your video card or your CPU cooler, do yourself a favor. Grab another Dell fan just like this one and just install it in here. And have a wire splitter and have that. You only have one connector on a circuit board for a fan. There is another one, fan 3, marked and tagged, fan 3 LED. And it's all cut off from the circuit board. Maybe Dell is keeping this for an Alienware and doesn't want you to have an extra fan, but using a wire splitter, you can have two fans. They're sucking all the cold air in, pushing through your video card, pushing to your CPU. As your CPU cooler temperature gets dropped or going down, it's also not warming up for unnecessary your video card, and this fan pulls everything out of the case. Significantly better airflow. It's super quiet. It doesn't introduce any noise whatsoever, but really helps with the performance. I hope this video was helpful or useful. If I missed something, please let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Scott's out.